Have you ever felt shame? Have you ever felt ashamed of something that you did, even though maybe you didn't know it was wrong? Has anyone ever said to you, have no shame, or you have no shame? What is shame? Shame is a judgment. And it's either projected onto you by someone else, and they're judging you because they judge themselves, or you're judging yourself for not being like other people, for not fitting into their perception of who you should be. Shame is a destroyer of health and wellness and vitality. Many people in society are put to shame or shamed for how they want to express themselves. Particularly women. Shamed by religion, shamed by societal norms, shamed by their family, shamed by their partners, shamed for not being a good enough mother, shamed for not wanting to be a mom, shamed for not providing, shamed for showing too much of themselves, shamed for being too strong, too loud, shamed for expressing their feelings and being too emotional. Men are, of course, shamed also by other men. Shamed for not being masculine enough. Shamed for not providing, for not having financial abundance. Shamed for not having a certain type of house or a big enough house. Everyone's judgment creates shame within you, and you feel that. And then it builds up. And over time, you just become a shell of yourself because you feel so much shame. You put on a mask and you think that no one will love you and no one will accept you. And you're ashamed of who you are. The truth about shame, it is that it's an internal judgment upon the self. When we judge ourselves for not being a certain way or being a certain way, or doing a certain thing, or wanting to do a certain thing, or wanting to live in an authentic, truthful way that maybe others don't see as normal or common or accept in our capitalist society. When we shame ourselves, you will notice that you are judging others and you project that judgment on them. So if you look at someone and you say, oh, they don't have this, they must be this. It's because you yourself internally feel shame about those same things. You're masking. You're people pleasing. The true you, the authentic you, who does not feel judged and feels accepted and loved for who they are, would not shame anyone else because there's no need for it. The only people that judge and shame others are those who judge and shame themselves. You don't go around and find very happy people looking down upon or creating false identities about people, making up stories, gossiping about others, because they don't care, because they accept them. Because when you accept yourself, you accept everyone. When you love your full self, your shadow, the shameful parts, the parts that you've judged yourself on or have been judged, you embody your power. Through that embodiment of your power, you create wellness, you create health, you create space for others to be themselves. You create value in society. Where those people who judge and create shame. You know that saying they have, a hurt people hurt people. That's what that is. So the next time that you feel some kind of judgment from someone else, just let it go, because you know they're judging themselves. It's not actually a correct reflection about who you are, your value, your worth, any of those things. It tells who they are. It tells what they lack. It shows you where they need to grow, where they've been emotionally hurt, where they've been emotionally stunted within themselves. You can learn a lot about people by how they project feelings or labels onto others. And rather than pointing it out, you just say, okay, this person is hurt in this way. It has nothing to do with me or who I am or what I do or what I create or how I present myself. It has everything to do with their own internal lack of self-worth, lack of self-acceptance, and lack of power. They judge you because they're trying to get power to know that they're better than you. But we're all humans, and there's literally no one better than another. And if you think that there are, if you're someone who thinks that you're better than someone else for whatever reason, it doesn't even matter, then that's where your trauma is, that's where your hurt is, and that's where you need to work on and focus and grow. And just accept it, because we're all human, and we all go through this type of identity crisis when everything that we think that we know, the world we think we live in, changes. And a truth is brought to us, and we have a decision to make. Do we stay with what we're taught, the parameters? Do we continue in that suffering, in those masks of pretending to be something we're not, pretending to fill a role that we don't really want to fill? Or do we choose to accept our shadow and say, you know what? This is me. And I like it. And I'm proud of myself. And that's it. And those people who shamed you and judged you will just go away, because they know that they can't do that to you. They know that they don't hold that power over you. When you stand in your authentic power, it doesn't really matter what people say or judge you or any of those things, because you know you're worthy. You know that you have this value that's inside of you, and that you offer it to the world, and people have a better life because of you. So don't let anyone shame you into believing that you're not this, not that, to this, supposed to be this. Whether you're a woman, a man, a whatever, a starfish. You don't see the lion walking around the pride saying, oh, the shame. A lion does not care that you're judging a lion. They'll just eat you. And that's kind of how we should be as people. Who cares? What does it matter? Who cares if one person out of 9 billion people thinks this certain way about you? It's like a grain of sand at the ocean, right? Like, insignificant. There's better things to focus on. Things that actually add value to your system. Like doing more of the thing that they're trying to judge you for. Just go do it. And be happy doing it, because you know that you can. You're living your full life, your full purpose. And no one can take away that joy, that bliss, that peace. If you would like to remove shame and judgment from your life, whether you're the one judging yourself or you feel that intrinsically from your childhood, from your parents, I would love to help you. I would love to help you to feel sovereign, to feel happy no matter what anyone says or does or thinks about you, so that you can be who you're meant to be in this life and fulfill your purpose. You can work with me one-on-one in sessions, or I offer long-term mentorship for personal development, growth, health, and wellness. Go ahead and check out my site, sign up for a free consultation call, and we'll get started.